Before you buy anything for your bird, you really should do your research. I highly recommend Cockatiels for Dummies or any of the videos by the people I subscribe to. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that if a bird can get to a book, they will get to it. Last person that had this book actually had a cockatiel. You can see the damage right there. Find out as much information as you can. You can also talk to your local pet store or bird store. Another thing you'll need to do is think like a toddler. If they're a tiny toddler, if there is anywhere the bird can fit into or get itself into trouble, it will. I've blocked certain areas off with cereal boxes, Taco Bell boxes, mango. Really, anything you're afraid them getting into or stuck behind should be blocked off. Now, my bird's wings will be clipped, so I don't really have to go that high. It's just a precaution, so he doesn't get stuck behind anything. Make sure that any furniture is either flush with the wall or far enough out from the wall that the bird's not going to get stuck in the cracks. So once you've done your research and bird-proofed the house, you can then pick out your cage. It should be big enough that when the bird spreads its wings, it's not touching either end. So twice the wingspan is usually the best in all directions. And the bar spacing should not be any less than a ½ inch nor wider than ¾ inch. A play stand on top allows him to remain on his cage but still interactive with the family. Another good thing to get is a perch for outside of the cage so that he can interact away from the cage and not remain territorial. I've also gotten a ladder so he can easily get to it. Same thing with the cage, as I've added a ladder so he can get to the play stand or to his cage should he want to. A few things you'll need to stock up on are newspapers, which in my opinion are the best bedding. They allow for easy examination of fecal material to determine the health of the bird. Another good thing to stock up on is a variety of toys. In my opinion, the best toys are those that you can easily turn into foraging toys to keep your bird occupied. I can throw seed in this one, shove seed into the softwood on that one, put seed into the cardboard, into the finger traps on this one, try to put nutriberries in the willow balls. That's just a destructible toy that it can just tear apart. And a few perches. Yeah. This one it is just a spare. That one there is another one that can be turned into a foraging toy. The one over here is one that this is one that can just be destroyed or torn apart. You need to have a few perches of different diameters and textures. The dowel at the bottom is not a good long-term perch to have. Another good thing to have is a few sets of stainless steel bowls. It will make things easier to clean every day. Clean water, clean food bowls. While one set is in use, the other can be cleaned and dried for the next day. Another thing to have is a small night cage or travel cage for vet visits and travel home. Another thing you may need is a cuddle bone for calcium for the bird. If it's a female, they will require regular calcium, especially during breeding season. Should they lay an egg, they need to replenish that calcium they lost. If it's a male, it's really up to the owner.